Hey guys, I'm back from my holiday, back from my trip, and I've just got to say, it's kind of nice to be back. It always is nice to go back home and reconnect with what is yours and your belongings and taking care of your space. So before I even get started with this video, I really want to send a huge thank you to all of you guys who have followed me on my journey and written supporting, encouraging comments for me to stay positive throughout my trip. The good news is that they did help. They did help me stay positive and maintain the strength and the faith in the fact that my body was not gonna have a crisis that would ruin my holiday. And instead, I find that my symptoms remained rather stable. So more on that in a little bit. If you want to hear more about how my symptoms behave, if you want to hear more about revelations that I had during this journey, stay tuned, starting right now. So as you know, my trip was 3 weeks long in Brazil, far from everything that is familiar to me, and oftentimes time being spent in places that were completely remote and uninhabited, which made it even, I don't know, more scary, I guess, less familiar even. So with that in mind, the trip was challenging, and it was an opportunity for me to try to invoke all the peace that I have within me to sort of work with my body and sort of try to communicate to my body not to attack itself during the journey. So during these 3 weeks, as I said, I really tried to be as wholesome with my health, eating in a mindful way, trying to meditate every day, starting the day with a yoga practice, and well, lo and behold, my body did not misbehave. On the contrary, I've come back and I actually feel better than when I left. Of course, this may be due to the fact that I really needed a holiday. I really needed to step away from all my daily life worries and woes and stresses. And I've come back and I honestly feel rejuvenated. So the revelation that I had was that maybe all the symptomatic medication that I was taking, that is medication taken specifically to treat symptoms caused by MS, not the MS itself, but rather medication to treat spasms, such as baclofen and the beta blocker against my tremors, propranolol. And instead, I decided that rather than taking medication that was ultimately only symptomatic and not necessarily helping to increase the bigger picture of having multiple sclerosis, instead, just reminding me every single day, now that I'm taking Ocrevus that allows me not to think about my MS on a daily basis, may be having more of a negative effect. So during the holiday, I decided to try and experiment and see if I could combat the spasms by having a daily yoga practice and a meditation practice to calm my tremors and to calm my worries and concerns. And so I started applying this approach during the 3 weeks that I was on holidays. And well, the conclusion of this, I guess, experiment was that I need to practice more yoga. Ultimately, the answer is I had to stray from my yoga practice, and after practicing yoga on a daily basis during 3 weeks, I feel rejuvenated and I feel like my symptoms are much more under control. And that is my personal experience with it. Of course, your experience may be different, but this is just as a reminder to myself and an invitation to everyone else out there to practice yoga or to have a gentle meditative practice to allow you to relax your body that will have incredible benefits. And I invite you all to give it a go. So this is pretty much the conclusion of what of the changes that I adopted after my journey. And of course, I'm open to the idea that I may need them again, but for the time being, the yoga practice is helping me stay stable and peaceful, at peace with my condition. So that is it for today's update. Again, thank you guys for following me and thank you for listening to this video. Take very good care of yourselves and do yoga. Bye-bye.